currently now sits at 41 in the rankings. I mean, get as close to those seeding places as possible in this clay court season. And, who knows, maybe you might get a stab at a seeding for Roland Garros, but, it's not out of sight.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Let's take a look into a little look into ahead of his next match, where he's going to take on Stefanos Tsitsipas. Obviously, Steph is a daunting kind of player to play here, and knowing all of his success, what do you expect to see in this match?
I think Borges can frustrate Stefanos. If Stefanos plays like he did against Thompson, it could get tricky, and it could get a bit messy. I think this is a moment where Tsitsipas can't overlook this match at all. Borges is definitely a player that can test Tsitsipas, especially on the clay. And, if Tsitsipas isn't firing, especially on that backhand side, then, Borges could have every right to feel as though he's very much in this match. But, yeah, I'll go Tsitsipas in straights, but I feel as though if Borges needs to get up for this match, and if he can, and Tsitsipas just starts a little lackadaisical and starts slow, then Borges can take every opportunity that he gets.
Right, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, it's a little bit similar to the Jordan Thompson matchup, where you kind of know that the player has some firepower and has the ability to go for it, like Borges does, but he doesn't like to. He's not necessarily comfortable doing that, and I think that'll be kind of the difference maker here. If you can frustrate Tsitsipas, it's going to be with depth and, like you said, angles, trying to, pick on his backhand a bit. But for Steph here, he's likely to be hitting with so much spin, and that'll, frustrate Borges. And as I talk about on the clay, just creating angles and opportunities to create offense. Steph kind of has a lot more confidence in terms of, his clay court style and how his game is, suited for the court. And that's going to be a little bit more difficult for Borges to play comfortably in terms of, playing more of not miss tennis. He's going to have to be aggressive and go for it, because Steph will look to impose his game and, serve +1 and even get to the net. Steph has great hands, very underrated hands that we don't talk about it a lot. And I think, that part of his game will also, come out here.
Yeah, I think it's Borges has to step outside of his comfort zone a little for this next match. Just has to go for it, be a bit fearless, but pick his balls. If the Tsitsipas backhand isn't firing and it's a short ball, you can't expect him to not capitalize on those. He has to. If he gives Tsitsipas another ball, Tsitsipas has that quality on the clay that he'll put it away. He'll find that ridiculous pass from the back of the court. So yeah, has to definitely take his opportunities. But if he does, I see no reason why Borges can't really push Tsitsipas here. But I thought as soon as I said it, I thought someone was going to quote that.
We're on here too long, because I've run into situations like that before.
Yeah, but
where I know I'm like running into saying something wrong, and I'm trying to find different words.
Tsitsipas said definitely in straights, but it could get messy.
Right. I'm with you. Steph should be handily taking this matchup, and also, a little bit interesting. They've only met once before, and that was on, a similar court in Rome. Similar speed, similar conditions. So, yeah, that should be an opportunity for Stefanos to continue to build on his confidence and look to continue on this run. So, getting into the next match, it was between the Bucharest champion and maiden ATP title winner in Flavio Caballi taking on another youngster in Arthur Fils. Did you catch any of this match, and what did you think of it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think Fils